All right, so going over the unit. Now, this is an old unit 2. It's kind of like the functions unit. So if you see unit 2 or functions unit, it's all the same thing. All right, so number 1, are these functions circle all that apply? All right, so this one, all the x's go to at least 1. So we would circle A. Believe it or not, B is a function because it passes the vertical line test. C is not because those repeat. So not C. Pew. And these two X values repeat, so not D. All right. So basically, you get 4 points because there's going to be more than one. Yes. Why is A a function? Because our domain goes only, it's one of these to one of these, or one of these don't repeat. Remember, it's okay for the y values to repeat because we have that with quadratics, but we don't need our x values to repeat. Okay. All right. So I'm glad everybody's paying attention. This is a great Monday. Identify the independent and dependent variables. Independent is temperature. Dependent is always the vertical one. This is the heart rate. Now, used to, I would ask you to describe what's going on. Okay, as like, but there's no reason to. Okay, so you have a question you're stretching? All right, the functions. All right, remember, for our functions, hey, we got a question, so let me answer. This, our domain, x values, our input, however you want to say it, can't repeat. Okay, so none of these, like, granted, both A and C go to this right over here, but that's okay. This can repeat, but not this. Now, B is one because of the vertical line test. If you draw a vertical line, okay, and we try to, when I say draw a vertical line, I mean like where the X values are, okay, on that grid. It's really easy to take that and go right down to see if it touches any other time. And every time I move, it looks like it touches once. Now, if you want to get real persnickety, you can say, but it looks like it touches right here. It doesn't. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. Okay. Now, yes, no. If it touches twice, it's not a function. If it touch, yeah, it looks like it does, but it doesn't. So, come on. Come on. There we go. All right. It looks like it touches right here, but it actually doesn't. Even if we were to, grab this right here, this vertical line, it would not touch. Oh, it's not going to let me just grab that. It won't actually touch. Okay. I promise. If you have a question about that tomorrow, you can ask. Now, I know you're like, that didn't really answer my question. I know. But look, some of the things that you'll have tomorrow will actually look like this. Is that a function? No, it's going to be blatantly obvious that it's not a function. Okay. I mean, Captain Obvious would be like, ha, that's not one. Okay. All right. So moving on to part 2, identify the domain of the function. Now, the domain, that is usually the x, that is the x values. All right. So you could actually do this. Go 8, 6, -1, 1. Okay. You don't have to put it in, I would just put it in the order that it's written because, you know, I wouldn't want you to change it. It's just those are the X values. Okay. Now, so let's see. All right. So on this one right here, you know, I just wanted to try this. I actually shortened it down from what it was originally supposed to be, um, because this can be a little wonky and difficult. All right, so if I plug in -2 for x, I get 3 times 2, which is -6. But what's the absolute value of -6? Yeah, absolute value makes everything positive. Okay, not makes negative positive and positive negative. No, it makes everything positive. Okay. Like 3 times 1 is 3. The absolute value of 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Absolute value of 9 is 9. All right. So now I know I put the absolute value on here. Usually the practice tests are harder than the actual test. That's the way it's supposed to go. Practice tests are harder. In-class tests less hard, and then at home. So now, are we good on 3 and 4? Anybody need more time? I still see some people writing. And they're writing, and we're waiting. What 3? The 3 before the parentheses. I got it from right here because we got to multiply 3 times whatever we plug in. So I just do that now. The problem tomorrow is probably going to be like 2x plus 5 or something. It's not going to be anything super difficult on that. Actually, the number 4 is going to look more like number 5. Number 5 is actually a function notation with just one problem. And I may or may not take this one out tomorrow. Okay, because we've already done that stuff. So here's our function. Yeah, I may take this out. So we just plug this in. So this is what? 240. Wow. That's a big space right there with that 0. Yep, there we go. All right. And because number 5 is a repeat of number 4, I may end up taking that out because I not a fan of repeating questions. Plus, it's a lot easier. Like that might save us some room. I hate having to use multiple pieces of paper for this stuff because of all the graphs. That's what kills us. It's all these graphs. All right. Number 6. Okay. This is the thing. Remember, I think I've told y'all this. You focus on 3. You have to get at least 3. I would look for my intercepts, my max, and my min. That's what I would look for. Okay, now with our intercept, we have both the X and Y. Okay, now you could usually do more than 3. I always like to do more than 3 in case I miss one. Okay, now if we're looking here, what is our X intercepts? Where does it cross the X axis? Yeah, it's this is another weird one where it's like -2.5 and 2.5. It will be very obvious tomorrow. And believe it or not, answering it, if it didn't have any X intercepts, you could say no X intercepts because that is actually um, saying what it's not. All right, Y intercept is a little bit easier. I heard it somewhere. Yeah, 0, -3. Yeah. What's our max? This is supposed to have arrows on it. Yep, infinity. And our minimum, yeah, a couple ways you could write this. You could write 0, -3. You could write y equals -3. Either one is fine. Um, and again, if you have questions about how you should answer it tomorrow, please ask. Okay, please ask the questions. So, granted, I gave 4. Notice I stayed away from the increasing and decreasing uh, and the other stuff because these are the main ones that you can easily get. Okay. They don't go into very big, like long explanations of how we get to one or the other. All right. So our step functions. Let me see you. 1, 2 step. Da, da, da. All right. Our y values look like -1, -1, and 2. So remember, I'm looking at this stuff right here to see which ones have -1, 2, and -1. Which ones is it? Is it A, B, or C? C. That's it. That's all we need right there. Yep. Some people are like, whoa, it's got to be harder than that. No, it's really not. It could be. Do y'all want it, or y'all want me to make it harder? Good, because I wasn't going to do it anyways, because that's too much work on my part. Thank you for the one person that laughed at that, even if they're laughing at something on their phone. All right. So we good with number 7? Yeah. All right. So, see, I got to use colors that's not on there. All right. So when x is -3, all right, so I go over here to -3. Am I going to have to go up or down for the graph? Up. Yeah, you can't go down because there's nothing there. It touches right there. What is that y value? Very good. 3. Y'all had me worried. Huh? Did I skip number 8? Oh, I did skip number 8. Okay, my bad. It was down there at the bottom. I couldn't see it. All right, so let's look at number 8. So when all right, so this is when we would highlight these. So this is when x is less than 8. So that's this. Oh, nope, nope. So I'm not going to use that one. And then this is when it's greater than 8. And this is this one right here. Why did I do that? Why did I put a odd number to do a fraction? Uh, no, we can't skip it. I mean, don't say I'm the teacher. That y'all quit saying blasphemy like that. That's rude. All right, so if you were doing this one, this is 3/2 minus 2, or I would change it to decimal to this is 1.5 minus 2. If you do a fraction, this is -1/2. If you do it as a decimal, this is -0.5. I'll accept either. And then for this, so this becomes 4 minus -4 plus 1, which is 9. Yeah. What? No. These problems, this one right here is strictly a calculator problem. So if you can use your calculator to do it, now I know some people can actually do this in their head and they're a lot better than me because my head is like a in my brain, it's like a solid small concrete wall or room where you throw a like a ping pong ball or something in it, and it's just going. So if you can do this in your head, that's great. If you have to use a calculator, that's great. If you have to write it down, that's great. However you need to do it. Okay. All right. Now I can go back since I skipped this other one. We got that. All right. So let's not use purple. That's too close to that other one. All right. So when x is 2, so I go over to 2. I have two things. I have an open circle and a closed circle. Which one am I going to go to? Closed. Remember, open circle is friend zoned, where it's acknowledged but not included. And some of y'all are thinking, "Wow, I got friend zoned this weekend, or I friend zoned somebody." Okay, so this has a y value of 2. All right. So I'm finding the zeros. Remember, this is where they cross the x-axis. All right. So they're actually our x-intercepts. This would actually be -1, 0 and 2, 0. Or if you write it like this, either one is actually accepted. Okay. Now, I think on the practice test I have on Schoology, I think I have one of the choices is nobody's a 0. It's not the right answer, but I put it on there like that because I thought it was funny. All right, are we good through 10? Anybody need more time? Yeah, even though, yeah, okay. Even though this is like 3 pages, it goes pretty quick, doesn't it? I told you, I know, it's the graphs is what kills us. And I'd rather do it that way because I thought it would be a good idea one time to have the work on one page and then the graphs on another page. Oh, like that was such a horrible experience. I think I only did it one time in all my years of teaching. I think it was like the first 2 months of teaching, and I was like, nope, not never doing this again. Never ever. Okay. All right. We good? So finding the intersections. All right. Looks like it touches here and it touches here. And it doesn't matter the order you put them in. Um, this is -3 and 4, that point. This other one is 1, 0. Again, you could put them in either form. It's all okay. Now somebody's like, wow, that's pretty easy. Usually this is a test that a lot of people do really good on. What now? Yeah. Yeah. Some of this stuff is it's still math, but it's not like the solving equations and inequalities math. Okay. So it's usually we have a lot of people do really good on this because it's more visual. Um and I know there's people that says I'm a visual learner, and then there's some people that said there's no such thing as a visual learner, and uh, potato, potato. So, all right, number 12. What's the first thing you need to do for number 12? Mark out all this stuff right here. We could care less. All right. So now we need to look at our columns. This one starts with a -1. This one doesn't even have a -1. Mark it out. the next one says 0, -11, 0, -11. We need to keep this one. Okay. We put it in our special little, little happy answer. All right. 1, -9. So these don't match. Those don't match. Oh, this does. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. And 3, -5. That doesn't match. That doesn't match. And this doesn't even have a 6. Okay. So, again, I think Friday I actually taught this section, this type of question, the best I've ever taught it before. Because normally I say find the matches, and people think the X and the Y value have to be the same numbers, and they don't understand it. But which 2 points are in both columns? And a lot of people get caught up in the actual question. Yes. Say it again. There's usually either 1 or 2. Sometimes there may be 3, but I don't think I have any questions like that. I may be nice and put like this has 2 answers, or this has 1 answer, or blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Okay, maybe nice. It all depends. I could be mean. I don't want to, but I can. All right. And last, number 13. Remember, we play this like we play Battleship. Okay? So we have to plot these things to see if they're going to touch. All right? So -2, 6. -2 up 6. That is a miss. So, okay, that we don't count this one. All right. -1, 5. -1, 5. This is also a big miss. 0, 4. Another big miss. Over 1, up 3. Ding, 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 ding. Hit. It's a hit. Okay. 2, 2. And 3, 1. All right. So this one only hit once. This 12 and 13 could either have 1 or 2 answers. Okay. It would be really bad if I give you one that you graphed it and there was no answers. It'd actually be no solution. So, all right. But I do want to thank all my subscribers. I'm over 50 now. I have no idea what that means. But, don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell, all that other good stuff. We got to pump up those numbers. All right. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.